What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Sea of Rifts. This is a game where you take out a nautical crew into a Lovecraftian apocalypse to sail as far as you can. It says that it's a survival RPG roguelike with boats and crews and nautical battles. And I love broadsides, man. There's not enough nautical games out. I'm always shocked when somebody goes to all the effort of creating an Age of Sail game, and then there's no phase in it where you get to pull up alongside the enemy and unleash like 40 guns and just with all the smoke in the air and everything else, dude. There needs to be more games like that. People don't make that game, and that game is awesome. So in the hopes that this will turn out to be that game, we're going to cover the game for about 30 minutes today and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games that you would rather not play. I've got a link for you down below in the description. You can check out this pre-alpha demo. This game isn't scheduled to be out for a good long time, so you'll also be able to help out and give suggestions, report bugs, all that kind of stuff, just in case that's the sort of thing that tickles your Jimmy on a weekend. Link is down below along with a bunch of my other links. Let's go ahead and hit it. Before the Great Rift appeared, before the sky and sea was torn apart, a word was said by the All-Mother. This word was the seed of everything. That's the worst poem ever. That didn't rhyme. We can pick our seed. My seed will be Turd Cutter. That's a good seed right there. That's a solid seed. How did your life start? Born in the purple, child of cunning folk, clockwise trading company asset, military bright. I don't know. I guess I'll be trained by gear rights, I guess. Sounds like we've got a little bit of like a steampunk thing going on. How did we grow up and what did life teach us? We'll be a swabby this time around. We'll have a full-on nautical life. What profession did we take up before becoming a captain? There's an A and an O swapped out right there. Oh, I don't know. Let's be an artillery officer. I usually default towards combat-y playstyles, so we'll let that go. What is our ambition? Fame and fortune, queen and empire. Yeah, we gotta do queen and empire, bro. That just gives us too many Rule Britannia-like moments. Oh, they're doing the Sunless Sea thing, where you've got like a shadowy portrait right there. That's the only other game that I've ever seen that in is like Sunless Sea, where they just give you the silhouette. I suppose Ash Merwood is probably a perfectly fine name. Let's go ahead and just dive straight on in. This is a game about telling your own story while exploring a hostile ocean. A loyal crew and ship to call home will take you far, but don't expect your first voyages to be successful. Danger will take on many shapes and sizes when you're exploring the Sea of Rifts. Okay, I'm guessing it's going to tutorialize us a little bit right here. So there's our little boat. Spores are falling. You're holding something, a vial. It has a scrap of paper tied to the stopper. Something nags at your memory. Something trying to burst out through the fungal infection. Ew, gross, dude. Rub some cream on that. The piece of paper has the words, "If you can't remember writing this, drink me," scrawled on it. You unstop the vial and down the antidote and your memories begin to return. Make ready! Forward! Alright, so we can change our steam level. And we can kind of cruise around. We're on the waves out here. Okay, we can wiggle this bad boy around. Spores are clinging to your clothes. Gross, dude. If a mushroom grows out of my ass crack, I'm going to be very disappointed with the universe. I will not accept that. I like that the engine's got a little bit of a rhythm to it. It's got like a bucka chicka bucka chicka bucka chicka bucka chicka thing going on. It sounds like the opening drum line to Ballroom Blitz. Coming up on our destination here, and it looks like we've got a wreckage in front of us. Let's go ahead and have a look at that. Sif sees a fruiting body discharge liquidly. Ugh, gross, dude. This world's so slimy. Memories are slowly returning, floating up from the fungus-choked depths of your mind. You're here for the Marble Empress, Skulvo's ship, for sunken treasure and one to call your own, a ship to call your own. You spot the wreck in the center of the lagoon, shiflings lurking about it. The engine begins building a head of steam. Something chokes deep inside the ship. Only one thing for it. Ready the cannons! Oh, am I fighting somebody? Oh, yeah, dude, there's like little urchins over here. Kill all, oh, we go into firing mode. Gotcha. Okay. And then fire. Okay. A little bit less explosive than I expected. Definitely gonna have to work on those death animations. A little bit more. You gotta have some explosions. You gotta have some spray being thrown up in the air. You've gotta have debris and detritus, all that kind of stuff. But we survived our first combat with the anatomic spiky objects. And let's see what else we can pick up around here, because it looks like there's like jetsam laying on the ground. I kind of want to go around this, and I want to see. I can. I got tidal meat. Sweet, dude. And it's already been salted by the sea. So it's already been properly brined. I bet that'll have a real nice flavor to it. What does this one have over here? Bottled spores. All right. The Marble Empress is partially submerged amidst the waves. It looks like the sea hogs made themselves a cozy little home in her hull. That choking from the engine has gotten worse. Spores getting into the gubbins, blocking the pipes and soaking into the coal. You need a ship that won't be affected by this. All right, let's raise the ship. You are now in charge of your crew's first challenge. Split up into tasks you assign your crew members towards. They contribute varying amounts of chance to complete the task based on their stats. Participating will cost you a stamina. Some tasks are mandatory and require at least one crew member to be assigned to it. All right. So an easy test of, oh, we can just put Sif on it? All right, let's put Sif on it. That's 95% chance to succeed right there, and it looks like she's our mechanic, so it's a test of our mechanical skill. And that's fine by me. I don't really want to add anybody else. Oh, there's 2 different jobs here, so somebody has to enter the wreck as well. Okay, I see how it works. Gotcha. So we've got like little sliders around, and basically you're moving people along a track. Let's try. So we've got to despore the air pipes, and then we've got to enter the wreck. Okay. She was successful. Thankfully for the crew members about to make the dive, the spores were easily removed. What about you guys? Hey, we succeeded. Your crew slip in and out of the ship with ease, placing the bladders in less than an hour. The Marble Empress is uncannily well preserved, a mid-sized bark, a kind that they haven't made for years. The only things missing are a lifeboat and a Lode anchor. The Lode anchor, a moderately cursed hunk of metal that can translate a whole ship away from its current location, your only way out of the rift. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look. I wonder when the RPG mechanics are going to come in. It looks like it wants me to sail back that way. All right, flip the ship around. The ship does feel suitably unwieldy. Oh, we can also sail. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Let's move this thing on down that something is watching from the undergrowth. Well, it's a good thing we're in the middle of the river, isn't it? Unless this is like a Vietnam type situation, but I don't hear anybody playing War Pigs or Paranoid, so I think we should be all right. Ernest admirably pays out the halyards. A clump of ubiquitous giant mushrooms is blocking the channel. Luckily, Skulvo followed the recent craze for ramming ships and had a vicious head axe mounted to the bow of the Marble Empress. Get enough momentum behind you and the huge blade will make short work of the pesky fungi. Okay. The front axe is it's glowing red, so hopefully we're good here. Hey, all right, ramming speed worked out. I don't know if we'll pick up enough speed. We did pick up enough speed. All right, we're in good shape. Tendrils of mycelium. Find the Lode anchor. Is it over here? Is it in this pile? Skulvo's body is woven in a cocoon of hardened mycelium, the Lode anchor at her feet and her hands clutching a map. Seeing it releases another barrage of memories. It's a map to the center of the world, to the Great Rift. It was a dangerous obsession that got her killed, and now you're here to take on the mantle. Neither Ernest nor Sif are volunteering to hop down the lifeboat and scoot Skulvo's and loot Skulvo's entombed body. Time to remind them you're as much a captain of this ship as the rust bucket you just abandoned. So we're spending a captain's attention point. I mean, Sif already looks like she's made out of mushrooms, so let's send her. Sif jumps down and gingerly hefts the Lode anchor. It's as tall as they are, its stock twisted and pointed like a narwhal horn. With 2 fluked arms emerging from the base, cracks and scratches cover the side that's been exposed to the rift. Some are worryingly deep. They ask if there's anything else that you need, and you tell them to get the map and cut away Skulvo's fingers to get it. Sif blanches at the macabre assignment, but does it anyway. They're just it's a dead guy, all right? It's a dead guy. Just cut the fingers off real fast and let's go. No need to get all weird and antsy in the pantsy about it. And now we can get out of here. So where's my Lode anchor at? Right there? I guess I will activate the Lode anchor. The Lode anchor activates, emitting auroral lights and a sound just on the edge of hearing. You hear a cry from Ernest and the crow's nest, shiftlings approaching, drawn by eldritch energies. You have to survive until the Lode anchor can get you out of here. I can hear a sound like that. By the way, a sound that's on the edge. Nobody ever hears it but me. Anytime there's a screen around or a TV around inside like a quiet room and maybe it's like muted, I can hear this very high-pitched like ee coming from the TV, and nobody else ever hears it but me, man. What is that thing? Oh, God! I don't know what I'm being attacked by right now, but I'm being attacked by something. Yeah, give him the cannons. Give him a little cannonade right there. That's good. Oh, we got one on that side. Blast him. Set up on this side, maybe. Can I get the sails down? No, not while I'm doing this. Okay. Ow. Pain, suffering, agony. Back in open water, the crew take a moment to breathe and collect themselves before an explosion tears through the ship. The Lode anchor breaks apart, releasing a blast of otherworldly energy that homes in on Ernest. Their skin goes plastic and rubbery, bulging in places as if something's trying to burst forth. Eventually it dissipates, leaving Ernest unharmed but marked. The exposure has shaped them, permanently changing their body. Exploring sea rifts exposes your crew to strange energies of the rift. They get 100 points of exposure. They become shaped and lose their humanity as their body is slowly transformed. Okay. Lower the sails! Make ready, boys! Onwards! So on our map, it looks like there's a harbor up to our northeast. So like northeast. Okay. We'll set a heading. I wouldn't go through all these rocks, though. This seems like the kind of place where ships go to die. I wish that I could pan the camera vertically. Like, I can only rotate. I can't, like, angle the camera up and down, but I wish that I could. Because when I'm sailing like this, I like to pull down behind the ship like I'm playing Gran Turismo, and I'm just, like, racing my Age of Sail ship through the ocean. It's an addiction that I have. It's one of those things that I haven't been able to wean myself off of since being a kid. There's our harbor. Let's pull on in here and see what we've got going on. Is that not how I pull into the harbor? Ah, there we go. You gotta kind of like be on one side. Fair enough. The soft sound of snoring comes from a nearby haystack. Despite the faulty engine and unfamiliar ship, you managed to dock the Marble Empress and complete your first excursion as captain. Typo right there. Ernest and Sif politely congratulate you, spelling error right there, and begin pointedly asking about shore leave. So definitely some editing to be done here when it comes to some of the text. I think that's the third or the fourth one that we've hit so far. Lots and lots of typos inside of there. Get some rest, boys! As you step ashore, however, Sif lets you know that the Marble Empress's engine has given up the ghost and needs replacing. The bits that aren't full of seawater are full of mushroom spores and worse. Local fisherman who's loitering nearby pretending to secure a hawser sidles over to you to inform you that the publican posted a note on the bulletin board at the inn. She's looking for someone to deliver a letter to her sister who happens to be a mechanist for payment in kind. Okay. Okay, so when I got out of the tutorial portion, I hit the F5 key to save my game. As it turns out, that fully resets the game, starts it over. And so I've played back to where we were by just jumping back into the title, but we have arrived at Nifeld. And we need to find some jobs, we need to sandbox it up, we need to get some XP, and we need to make this thing happen. So let's go to the inn, and we'll take a look around for rumors. So 10 barrels of grain are going to Marnakobing. Okay, I think we can do that. There's a missing ship. There's 7 crates of gubbins to Marnakobing. That's going to the same place that we were already going. And it looks like Nifeld is being besieged by marauders from the damned hideaway. Take it out. I'll try. We also need to hire crew. Now, hiring crew in this game functions a lot like Battle Brothers. You don't know anything about them. You're a total stranger, but if you buy them drinks, this little meter goes up. And as the meter goes up, their stats change because their traits get revealed, positive or negative. We don't really have the money to do that right now, so we're just going to hire at face value whoever we can get. So I will hire Nana White. We're low on charm. We could definitely use some more charm. We need a doctor. We need a navigator would be a good idea. This guy's a navigator. Vivian Morgan. We'll take her because I need a navigator. We could also probably use somebody for sailing, but I think there was a sailor back here. Yeah, there's a sailor right there, and they have a hold fast tattoo, which gives them another +1, so we'll hire them up. We can't pilot the ship without 4 people, so... This guy's a cook. I'll hire a cook, sure, why not? And our stats are looking like they've got a much better spread now. We're a little bit low on bravado, but that'll have to do. Let's go back, and inside the bazaar, I don't think there's anything to buy. In the workshop, we can only buy a load anchor. So let's go back out to sea. And now that we're back out to sea, I need to assign people to jobs. So who is our best sailor? Scarred. All right, 2 effort towards sailing. Nana's our engineer, 2 towards engineering. Vivian's our navigator, 2 towards spotting. And then our bosun will handle dinner. That sounds good. I think I can live with that. All right, so now that our crew's been assigned to jobs, let's raise the sails. I don't want to use up my 1 coal. I've only got 1 coal right now. But the place that we are trying to go for our job is to the north, it looks like. Do I have a journal? So we're going to drop this stuff off first at Marnakobing, and then we're going to go deal with the marauders, I think. It's just simpler that way. So unfurl the sails, and southwards we go towards Marnakobing. They should start doing various tasks. You can see those listed in the top left-hand corner of the screen. So they'll start cooking dinner, they'll swab the decks, they'll start repairing the halyards and things like that. And it does have tangible effects on actual gameplay, like you'll get a little bit of HP back, or when dinner gets done, people get energy back after they eat. Interesting little things to play around with. And speaking of interesting things to play around with, this game has a big game world. That's the world map, dude. Yeah, it's pretty gargantuan. And so let's make a little bit of money because our overhead is like 150 bucks a day with 4 crew. Dinner was average and everybody gets an energy back. Horace finds you on deck and tells you they found signs of weevils on one of the barrels of grain. It's not quite enough to condemn the whole supply, but we need to act now. Oh no, dude. We failed. Not only did you fail to exterminate the weevils, you ruined a completely unrelated barrel of grain. Uh-oh. Are we going to get in trouble for that when we get there? We are. Given there's barnacles growing on the hull. We'll scrape them off. Whatever. I always feel like when I see a whale or something that has barnacles all over them, that's got to be like super itchy, right? That's got to be super obnoxious. It must feel great to get barnacles scraped off of you. Just get them eliminated. Let's reef the sails a little bit. Come in nice and slow. I don't want to crash. Oh, their ships have bones and stuff all over them. How do I get one of those ships? So we found a port. We got XP. Hand over the cargo we have left. You delivered what remained of the cargo, and they begrudgingly paid our fee. How is it my fault that you shipped bags of grain that were full of weevils, bro? How is that on the logistical transport? That sounds like it's on you and your farm system. We'll deliver the doodads. That was the one that paid a lot more money anyways, so we got paid right there. And then I'm going to go to the bazaar, and I'm going to buy a little bit more coal because it's useful for maneuvering with the engine. I will buy 1 more provision. We'll close that off. We have a bunch of empty weapon slots, so I'm kind of thinking we should probably fill in a couple of those. And there's an industrial quarter over here that has a weapons depot. Let's buy... I didn't see how many I was missing. I'm missing 5. All right. I'll buy 5 of those. Cool. We now have 10 cannons. There we go. I finally figured it out. You got to press the C key to put your cannons on. But now we've got a full breadth of cannons on either side. So that should help out with DPS a little bit. Let's move back out of here. And I think we've got a pirate to hunt unless there's another job over here. You guys got any jobs? It looks like an unusually large shifling the locals call Prowling Krigalil is harassing Marnakobing. Okay. Wild-eyed student wants us to study the rifts. He gives us a device like a barometer and tells us to come back when the dial reads 50. Okay. 6 crates of gearite gubbins to Nifeld. We're going back that way anyways before we go get our bounty. Alright. That sounds like a plan. Let's get out of here. Let's head to the sea. And does it keep my crew assignments? It does. Yay. Okay. Unfurl the sails. And we will head back up this way, and hopefully nothing wild and crazy happens. I don't know if people get mad when you aim your guns at them. I should probably avoid antisocial behavior. Don't hit those rocks either. So we need to go a little bit to the northwest to drop this off and make another 700 bucks to make sure that our payroll is all good. They're talking about peg legs. I've always thought that, like, the spot where the peg leg attaches to your leg, that's got to get real painful after a whole day of walking on it. Your knee bone is not really supposed to be the source of all the weight that you're bearing. It's naturally distributed between your lower spine, your hips, like your knees, your ankles. Like, there's a lot more joints in there, I guess. Horus is watching the horizon when they notice another ship hailing the Marble Empress. They jot down a semaphore message on a piece of paper looking worried. Surrender your cargo or prepare to be boarded. Nah, dude, we stand and fight. You're being paid a reasonable amount of money to deliver this, and you're not letting some lowlife take it. You're damn right we aren't. You're damn right we aren't. Yeah, hit him with the cannons, bro. Get flashed on. That's what I'm talking about. We got the flex out here. I don't care about you. Forget you, Long Tom. You about to be blasted, Tom, in just a second. Yeah, get leveled as well. Is anybody else around here? Yeah, let him have it a little bit. Give him a nice little peppering. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Reef the sails. We got to come back around and get our treasure. We survived war and conflict. So the combat in this game is not super in-depth naval combat from what we've seen just now, and from the opening sequence of the game. It's much more like something like Sid Meier's Pirates, where you're kind of just spamming the spacebar at the enemy. Still, the fact that they allow me to cruise around like this makes me happy. Seaweed ale. That sounds the worst. What is that over there? There's something over there. I don't know if I should go investigate it. Did the other one not drop loot? I don't see any loot, so I'm guessing the other one didn't drop loot. Alright, let's go check out this thing and see what it is. I mean, we've got time. We can take a small diversion in between our delivery duties. Teehee duties. A trawler. You come across a trawler looking to sell you some of their catch. We can get 3 provisions for 100 bucks. That's like 80% off. That's pretty good, man. I'll take 3 provisions for 100 crowns. Normally they're 200 bucks a piece at port, so that's a no-brainer of a deal, even if I was planning on selling them. Oh, look, an Eldritch tornado. Beautiful. We need shanties, man. Sailing, sailing away. We need some of that going on right now. It says I'm under attack by something, but I don't know what I'm under attack by. Oh, there's a bunch of critters in the water. Yeah, maybe don't shoot all the cannons at them, though. We need to jam on the engine here. Get him. Just kind of do some little circles around these guys. Keep them properly kited. There we go. I feel like I'm firing way too many cannonballs right now. Ram him. Oh my god, there's so many of these things, dude. Where are they all coming from? Who knows? There's no way to, like, single fire a cannon. Can I single fire a cannon? I would definitely like to fire. These guys only take 1 cannonball to kill, so I would prefer to only use 1 cannonball upon them if I can manage it. Because we don't have that many cannonballs left. They are dropping a lot of loot, though, so maybe I can buy some more once I get back to port. Okay, that looks good. Oh, they went away. We scared them off. All right, let's look for a safe harbor till morning. Oh, is that the problem? I'm out sailing at night? I don't see a clock or anything around. Then again, I wasn't properly looking for a clock or anything else like that either. We've only got 12 cannonballs left, though, so we may want to see to that. But something is heading south. Hopefully it's not heading towards us, dude. I don't want to deal with that nonsense. I just want my loot. Okay, reef the sails a little bit, and then we'll come into port over here. Just under the slightest of engine speed. We made it to Nifeld. Let's drop off the thingamajigs. The thingamajigs have been thingamajugged. Let's go to the bazaar, and I need to buy a lot of cannonballs. I figure like 120 will do it. I'm not looking to go to war with the entire world. Just one guy. We took a little bit of damage. That's unfortunate, but I can assign somebody to fix that. Do they have anything going on at the inn? They got any new jobs over here? Busy Wren should have returned to Nifeld by now. That's up to the north. I mean, we're going north to hit that bounty anyways. Okay, that'll work. Let's do those. I don't need any more crew. Let's give the crew standard pay. We'll rest until the next day. Off, and away we go. Is everybody still assigned to their previous jobs? Okay, they stay assigned. That's great. Lock in the duty roster. And now, we're gonna hunt ourselves some pirate. The hideout stands crooked against the horizon, its sentries circling like vultures. There's time for some final pepper. I don't know what pass around the snaps means. Oh, the schnapps. You fetch a bottle of schnapps from the galley and pass it around. It's strong enough to put fire in the liliest of livers. Okay, let's go see what we're up against here. It sounds like there's a lot of shooting happening, though. So we've got to wipe out their little base over there. Okay, let's weave through the rocks on this side. We'll kick on the engines when we need to. Are they coming around to me? I was going to say they should be coming around to me pretty soon. All right, reef the sails a little bit. Maybe I'll go to engine control here. Engine control might work better. Okay, the people of Nifeld will be glad to hear that the damned hideaway is no longer a threat. But there are some more pirates over here, and it looks like they're firing on the actual town itself, but it looks like they're stuck up against the docks. You call the crew to the mess for a celebratory drink after a victory. With glass raised and throat cleared, you consider what kind of toast to give. Keep it short and traditional. The crew raise their glasses to echo the toast. Absent friends. Polite words are exchanged after, but they return to their tasks before too long. Well, at least their mood went up, so that's nice. Are you guys trying to squabble? I don't know if those guys are trying to squabble or not. We're not in combat right now. Let me see if I can go to port without getting shot, because I'd like to discover this port while we're here. We're not flagged for combat right now, so I think we should be good. Oops, I bumped into the port. All right. Strokesheim. But as far as the game goes, I actually like what they're playing around with here. It's like Sunless Sea, just kind of in a more graphical UI presentation with a lot less reading. And then there's a few extra little twists when it comes to the skill systems and whatnot. I think the UI for the inventory and the journals and stuff like that feels a little trapped between keyboard controls and mouse controls. They're going to have to smooth that out. They had a lot of typos. We definitely had some bugs before we came into Strokesheim, where all the ships we were supposed to be fighting were bugged out on the dock and we could just roll up and kill the base without them bothering us. But all in all, I like the gameplay. I think it's fun. And so anyways, the only thing I noticed gameplay-wise that's kind of obnoxious is that you don't have an aiming reticle when you go into firing mode, but it still expects you to aim at the individual thing you want to shoot at, but it doesn't give you any vertical reference for where your camera is centered at. So they need to put a dot on the screen or something like that maybe, because I was having trouble leveling off up and down, but still, fun little title. I'm interested. My name is Splattercat. This is Sea of Rift. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me, and that's all I got for you. Bye, folks.